Hey, what's happening, people? Woodsy Workout here, and today we are going to cover what fitness competition is right for you. So at the moment, hybrid fitness is taking off. A lot of people are not just doing one domain or modality of sport and fitness. The success of Hyrox has kind of shown this, but I think it's been building for a long time, and it's not just Hyrox that is hybrid fitness. So today I'm going to go over some of the other hybrid fitness events that you might be interested in, how they compare and what they involve. Now, to understand what competition is right for you and which one you want to get involved in, you need to take a look at the demands of the test. So I've ranked them based upon fitness and skill requirements, and just to give you an example of how it works, here are powerlifting versus marathon running. So these are kind of just loose numbers off the cuff. You could make an argument for marathon runners requiring a little more strength, but on the whole, strength is more important in powerlifting than in marathon running, and cardio is more important in running than in lifting. So let's take a look at some of these hybrid competitions. And to give you context, I have trained for and raced in Hyrox. I have trained for and competed in turf games. I'm currently training for ATHEX games, but I haven't yet competed in it. And I have done a Decafit in my gym a couple of times, but not trained properly for it or competed in it. With all of these, I am talking open division, so Hyrox singles, ATHEX, turf games intermediate, and Decafit, just the men's or women's singles. So this is, in my opinion, the requirements for each one. Firstly, Hyrox is high cardiovascular endurance. The average race time is 90 minutes, so working continuously for an hour plus. Muscular strength is, I've put as a 5. It's kind of tricky because you need a fair bit of strength to move the sleds, but it's only a small part of the race. You don't need a lot of raw speed because you're never working as fast as you can, and you're always compromised. Decafit is 10 stations with 500 meters of running in between each. Much like Hyrox, it's continuous, but the average time is roughly half as long, so a little less endurance required and a bit more speed. The weights are lighter and it's a little more skill-based, so there's a lot of transitions, more stations with little ways where you can cycle the reps faster. Then we have ATHEX Games. This is a new competition happening this year in the UK. It's done in pairs, and you have a strength workout, cardio workout, and a metcon workout, each between 20 and 30 minutes long, and you get 10 minutes recovery after the first workout, 30 minutes recovery after the second. Now, on the surface, this actually looks to be the most balanced. Obviously, the endurance is only 25 minutes, includes a 5K run, so it's cardio, but not a lot of endurance. The strength is your max weight in 2 different barbell lifts, and that makes up a third of your score, so pretty important there. And then a metcon, which is like 20 minutes, sandbag movements, burpees, and stuff like that. So a little bit of skill, a little bit of speed. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is turf games, which is a team event. The programming for this changes each year, so some years favor different attributes, but in general, turf games has 4 or 5 workouts throughout the day. They are 20 minutes, around 20 minutes long. Most of them are mixed modality, but there's nearly always one that is weight-based. So barbells, some odd objects like tires, worms, etc. The turf games is a little more skill-based. It seems to be getting more technical each year, and with movements and lifts. So you need to be comfortable with some Olympic lifting and some cycling of barbells. Cardio is important, but 20 minutes long, it kind of favors speed and recovery over like a steady grind. And although there is often some running involved, it's not long, often things like shuttle runs. So like I said, that was comparing the open and intermediate divisions with each other. But each event also has other options. So Hyrox has the doubles, which is still the same amount of running, but you split the stations between the pair, which is great if you're into running but not so confident with functional fitness. Decafit does doubles as well, but they also have the Decamile and the Deca Strong. So the Deca Mile is 10 stations with 160 meters of running between each. And then Deca Strong has no running. So those options are great if you're, it's like a great entry point if you're new to running. And then the Turf Games has an everyday category, which has less complex skills and lighter weight requirements. So this is great if you like CrossFit style workouts, but with less kind of technical skills. So they're the competitions. How do you train for them? Well, that really depends on your current strengths and weaknesses. But if you were to say you're like dead neutral and you wanted to do all four, and I was starting with Athex, then I'd go Hyrox, then I'd go Decafit, then Turf Games, and you want to lay the season out by starting emphasizing the strength and power and keeping your running and machine work in your program, but not emphasizing it too much, going into your Athex games, and then I would flip it to building endurance with much longer sessions, building the volume up and looking to maintain that strength base for Hyrox. After your Hyrox race, then cutting down the volume, sharpening with shorter, more intense workouts, more running intervals and metcons for a Decafit. And I actually think that that's quite a good option going from Hyrox to Decafit. It seems to be harder to go the other way around. And then for Turf Games, dropping the running volume right down and focusing more on speed and strength on the ergs and also the barbell lifts. So that's just a rough guide. I'm going to be doing quite a few of these competitions, so I'll let you know how I find it, how that goes. But hopefully it's given you some insight into other hybrid competitions you might want to get involved in. And if you have done these or any others, drop a comment on how you found it. Do you agree or disagree with my breakdowns? I'd love to know your thoughts. If you are interested in training for Hyrox, I have an 8-week race-ready plan on my website, which gives you all of the workouts and how to do them to get the best results. So check it out. Any other questions, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Woodsy Workout, where you can find plenty more tips and tricks on all things health and fitness. Until next time, peace.